Hello, I'm Philip Bluestein with Healthcare Practice Advisors, and today I'm on my way down to my Denver office, so I'm going to take a few minutes here and talk to you about something very important to your practice and to building a successful healthcare practice, and that's goal setting. So what do I mean by goal setting? Well, in my experience, over many years working with clients and in my own life, I find that goal setting is very, very important. You've done it in your training, you've set certain types of goals. Well, you need to do that for your business, and they need to be real goals. I have found over the years and from my own mentors and study on these issues that there are really three categories that we need to set goals in as a business owner, and those are financial, professional, and personal goals. All three are equally important, arguably. So what do I mean? Financial goals, people think, oh, well, that's easy. I want to earn X dollars. Say you want to earn $250,000 a year, and you want to set a goal for that. Okay, well, is that a real goal? How did you arrive at that number? How does that relate to your business? So let me give you an example. So when I was a young attorney several years ago, I had my own law practice, and I was working away, and I knew that I wanted to do well financially. All right. So what did that mean? Well, I didn't really know why, other than that's what you do. You want a successful business. How much did I want to earn? Oh, I thought, I'd like to be earning X dollars. We'll just say $250,000. I think that's probably what it was, 250, something like that. And the way I phrased that, I think, is important because that was about how vague my goal was. And then I didn't really know what that meant. I thought, oh, well, that'll be great. I'll be earning, I'll be able to do everything I want to do, have the life I want to have. But it didn't really mean much. It couldn't really tell for sure. I mean, what kind of house was I going to live in? What was my mortgage going to be? What kind of car was I going to drive? Would I be able to send my kids to private school? Would I be able to pay down my student loans? How much would I have to work to really get to that? And so, without knowing those things and factoring that in, what if I was off? And then, certainly, obviously, once I was married and I had, other financial commitments, and we had, my ex-wife and I had student loans, and we moved to a place that had an expensive housing market, and we had practice loans and all those kinds of things. We had to figure out how we're going to pay all that, and that number needed to change, and you need to really have a handle on those things, so your goals become real, and you can say, okay, I'm achieving it, rather than just picking a number, which sounds good. So the next area that we're talking about, the next goal setting area, is the professional ones, and I guess maybe that's a little bit easier to determine. We know you've gone through your training, you have a practice, but what are your professional goals? Do you want to be the best at doing dental implants, or do you want to be the best surgeon, or have a certain number of patients, or whatever professional? Do you want to be able to lecture? Do you want to teach? Do you want to do a variety of things? Do you want to write articles? All those kinds of things. Those are professional goals, and they factor in, and they're maybe easier to come up with and easier to define, but we still need to know what they are, because each one of those things is going to require different ways of getting there. So, and most importantly, your time commitment. Some of it will require resources. Maybe you need to do some additional training to get where you want to go. Maybe you need to do some marketing so that you can offer your services in a different way or whatever. But knowing what those professional goals will help drive overall, from a business standpoint and a personal standpoint, of course, what you're going to need to do. So it's important to clearly define those things. Now the third area is the personal goals, and that is every bit as important as the other two. So again, when I was when I was much younger, and I was in school, and I finished up college, I happened to be an athlete in college, not too high level, but did sports in college, and So it was in not phenomenal shape, but I got a lot of exercise, which was good. And then I went to law school, and my life changed. It was a lot more work, a lot bigger time commitment, and much more stressful. So what happened? Well, I wasn't getting exercise very much anymore. I went from not really drinking coffee, very much, not really liking it, to guzzling coffee every day. Sitting in lectures, a lot more sedentary in my life, and so I went through all of that, and I'm sure that many of you can relate to that when you went through training. And then I got out of law school and worked for a firm for about a year and a half, and then went out on my own. And then it was a whole bunch of me spending tons of time at the office. I was young, I had the energy to do it, certainly. Didn't need as much sleep, I suppose. So I would work late at the office, didn't have much of a social life, just all those kinds of things. And what I found was that I won't say that I was unhappy, but I didn't feel as good. I wasn't getting exercise. I wasn't going forward on the personal level. I was, my business was growing, and that was all great, but I wasn't eating well, all those kinds of things. I gained some weight because of that, all those kinds of things that I think all of us experience when we have our own business, or when we're going through an intensive training of some type, such as medical school or dental school. You just don't have the time to do the same things you did maybe when you were in college, and that's okay. You had to get through it, but now it's time to really set some goals. So, your goals might be going to the gym 3 times a week. It sounds kind of silly. We all have, people make goals to exercise or whatever, but it's important. You're working hard, and we don't want to neglect those things. You didn't do all this so you could feel awful every day physically. So it might be going to the gym. It might be losing a few pounds. It might be taking some time off. I need to make sure I take some vacation time, or take some time away from the office, and have some real you time, where you're not tied to the office. So those are personal goals that are important to set. And we don't want to fall into that trap of not really having good goals, or not having well-defined goals. So those are all things that we talk about at Healthcare Practice Advisors, and we work with our clients. We're not going to tell you what your goals are, but we're going to help you, and then we'll be able to relate those. Well, what is that? How does that relate to your business? What do we have to accomplish? What do we need to set up? Where do you need to be in order to achieve the goals that you want to achieve from a financial, from a professional, and from a personal standpoint? That's something we work with our clients with every day. It'll be covered, some in our ebook that we've got coming out very soon, and maybe by the time you're watching this, it'll already be available for download. Those are things that are vital to your business, because if we're not taking into account those goals, then your business is not doing for you what it needs to do. Once again, Philip Bluestein with Healthcare Practice Advisors. We'd love to have a conversation with you about your practice as a business and how we can help you. Our phone number is 720-420-1777. I hope that this has been helpful, and just wishing you a great day.